Hello and welcome to a type of video that I've never done before. It's currently actually not Friday yet, it's currently Thursday, but I just kind of wanted to do an official intro, explain why I'm doing this. So, for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I shall be reading only manga. Totally different for me. So I got very inspired by reading vlogs in general, but also like a lot of Lala over at Books and Lala's vlogs where she reads a specific type of book or for a very specific challenge. I was kind of inspired and I was like, what could I do that would be a little bit different? I didn't want to do something that was like a week long because that's a lot of dedication and just not something I had wanted to do. So I wanted to do something more short term, so I decided to do a weekend. And I was like, you know, I don't read any manga. I've always wanted to get more into the genre. I just kind of didn't really know where to start. So I kind of went on Goodreads and I looked through friends who I know read a lot of manga, and I kind of looked to see if they had like a favorites list or whatever, and went from there and picked what I picked. And originally I was gonna have more, but my library was literally taking 9 years. I had stuff on hold for like 2 weeks and it still wasn't coming in, so we just had to do the dang thing. This is my intro to this vlog, reading experiment, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully it goes well. Hopefully. Good morning and welcome to the first day of my manga reading weekend. I'm starting this on Friday. I'm counting that as like the weekend because I can. So let me show you what books I'm hoping to get to this weekend and all that fun stuff. See a black beast here, it's just Charlie and she's sleeping. A couple of these I've had on my radar for a while and I just have known about and been like, oh, if I ever want to read manga, then I'll get to that. The first one is, I don't know how this happened, but someone suggested this to me, I think during a readathon years ago, and then like I just added it and I've had it on my radar ever since. And that is Horimiya. I think that's how you say it, hopefully. Most of these probably revolve around romance, but I really love this cover. I really love it. I think that's part of why I added it so long ago, is because I just saw the cover and I was like, wow, that's a really just like visually appealing cover. And of course I got on my radar because everyone's had this on their radar, is Dreamin' Sun. I am interested to see if I like this because I have read work by Ishiko Takano before, so I'm interested if I'll like it or not. I love these covers. They are the cutest. I don't know much about this one actually. Oh wow, her mom died. Next one is one I actually tried years ago and then just didn't continue because I just wasn't in the mood for it, and that is Emma. This is a historical fiction one, which is really interesting, and I really like the artwork and like the way it's done. The next one is Princess Jellyfish. I don't know much about this one, but I used to see it all the time when I used to work at Barnes & Noble. I remember seeing this cover all the time and being so like drawn to this cover. I don't know why, but I just always have been. Yatsuba, I think that's how you say it. I think I found this one through Goodreads when I was looking up people's favorite manga and somebody had this on their list. It's got a little kid on it, so hopefully it's gonna be super cute. And it says all ages, it's not like teen, so this will be like a different age range than the rest of them. This looks cute. Next one I actually found on the shelf at my library, and I saw like the cover and it looked very different from the other covers there, so I picked it up, and the storyline sounds very, very interesting, and that is Erased. This sounds so cool. It's like about it. First of all, it's not like a teen story. That the main character isn't a teen. They're like 29 years old, and it has something to do with like a little bit of time travel, where he can travel like a few minutes back into the past. So that's my TBR for the weekend. I don't have a lot going on this weekend. I do have to go to therapy today, and then that's always like a long process because it's like an hour away from my house, but it's worth it because I love my therapist and I have that, so I'll be gone for like at least 3 hours. And then I have a bridal shower to go to tomorrow. Nothing against the bridal shower, I just don't go to many functions, so it's just gonna be a big deal for me. First book I'm going to try out is Horimiya. I'll let you know when I have made progress or when I have thoughts or anything like that into my first book. Hello, so it is currently almost 4 o'clock or just about 4 o'clock. I went to therapy, did all that stuff, and then I had to go to the store, and everything took 9,000 years today. Yeah, but I did start a manga and I started Horimiya. I'm like 40-ish pages in, so I'm like that far in. Really enjoying it so far. I think it's really cute. I'm liking the storyline. I like how it kind of unfolded, and I'm gonna sit down right now and finish this, so that way I will have completed one book for today. Also, you may notice that I'm in a sweater. It's because it's 70 degrees outside and I'm just so happy. Like, I'm so happy. I am so ready for it to be fall that it almost hurts. A girl has never been more ready than I am for fall and winter. Like, it's a coming and I'm ready for it. So I'm gonna stop talking and I will see you later. Real quick though, can we admire how good my makeup looks? I kind of look great today, I'm just saying. This is a burn that I have on my arm, so just FYI. Welcome to Saturday, day 2 of my little experiment, if you want to call it that. I don't have any other updates for yesterday because I had all the stuff that I had to do, then I had to make dinner, then I ended up going jean shopping last night. I want to talk about it a little bit. Over the past like year and a couple months, my body has changed a lot. I've lost weight, not for obvious reasons. I didn't do it because I wanted to lose weight. I just simply made a huge lifestyle change in terms of what I eat, and for me that resulted in me losing weight, and just overall my body is changing a lot. It's just still changing, even though I haven't lost weight in a very long time at this point. I haven't lost weight in probably like 6+ months, but my body is still changing and shifting, and it just requires me to buy new clothes. So I went into, like, I knew this year, I'm like, I want to treat myself to a nice pair of jeans that really fit me. Even like all of last winter, none of my clothes really fit me right, and it's just like really discouraging, and this is like a totally new territory for me. So I knew going into like this fall upcoming season, I was like, I need to find those jeans that I absolutely love. I went and I knew I wanted to hit up American Eagle because I never tried on their jeans before, and I knew that they had rolled out more sizes, but I didn't know they had done it in store. So I walk in, and the table in the front, I just started looking there, and they literally had in store up to a size 24, and had I not been in public, I might have actually started crying. Never in my life have I ever been able to try on 3 pairs of jeans, like consecutively in a row from one store, in different styles, in different rises, in different fits, in just different washes. I've never had so much choice before, and the fact that stores are finally catching on and doing this, it makes me so unbelievably happy, because it sucks having to not go to really hardly any stores to find clothes. It sucks being extremely limited. It's an awful feeling, and no one should have to feel like that. And it was just such a great experience for me, because I got to try on multiple pairs of jeans, and even though I didn't love it, like all of them and I loved one pair, it was still such a great experience that I had choices, which is like such a new experience for me. So I just like wanted to give huge props to like American Eagle, even though they're never gonna see this, because like it made me so unbelievably happy that they're carrying such an extensive range of clothes and styles and cuts and stuff like that. Just bravo. So, you know, I had to go jean shopping, which is, you know, which was actually amazing and a wonderful experience, but time consuming. So I did that, and then I kind of died last night. I ended up coming home and really not feeling well, so I didn't get to read anything before bed, but I did read this morning, and I finished my first manga. I finished Horimiya. Oh my god. 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love this. So basically what I'm going into like this weekend is that I'm like not sure what I'm gonna love or what I'm gonna like or anything like that, and I love this. The relationship in this is so wholesome and so pure and just like so thoughtful, and I'm just like, I was not expecting, I have to say, I wasn't expecting to be as caught in my feels as I was reading this, but I really loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I have no complaints. My goal for today, before I have to go to the shower that I have to go to, is to hopefully read one of like my smaller mangas. So I'm gonna start Emma now. Then I want to start one of the bigger mangas that I have. Well, you can't see that. I want to start one of the bigger mangas that I have today and finish one of those because there's only one day left after today. Probably gonna make coffee soon because it's getting a little bit late. I'm really happy so far. Like, I really enjoyed my first one and I'm excited to read the rest of the series, honestly. Like, I'm excited to have found like a manga series that like I'm excited and like can't wait to read the rest of it. I'm gonna go make myself some coffee, read Emma, and probably get back to you when I have finished it. Okay, so it's a little bit later and I just finished reading Emma volume 1. I probably won't be continuing. I ended up giving it like 3 out of 5 stars. I just, how do I describe it? This definitely had a totally different feel than the other manga that I had read. I just didn't really care for any of it. Like, I didn't care about the relationships or really the storyline because there was just nothing that I connected with. I didn't really care about the budding relationship in this, so I'm just gonna pass on the series. It's not bad. There's nothing like wrong with it. That's why I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't continue because it's nothing that I haven't read in other types of media before. A little bit of a dud, but we're still doing good. We finished 2 books. That's great. My next goal is to start one of these. I think I might start Princess Jellyfish and read this throughout the afternoon because it's definitely bigger than the other books that I've been reading. I'll probably be bathed next time I talk to you, so I'll look better. Good evening. So it's currently now 9 o'clock on Saturday night. I did not do any more reading other than like a few pages because we were at the shower that I had to go to. It was lovely. I was able to really hang in there and stick it out. I had a really great time and I did really good socializing, so like I'm just patting myself on all my backs. But it was really great. So I did that, watched some 90 Day Fiancé, and here I am to wrap up how today went and tell you what I plan to read tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, I finished Emma and Horimiya Volume 1, and the next thing is that shocking revelation that I honestly did not expect to happen during this, which is like a new development. I've never done this before and like wasn't something I honestly expected to do during this weekend. I actually ended up DNFing Princess Jellyfish Volume 1. Didn't expect to do that. I did not enjoy this. I didn't like the main character, I thought she was like really beyond annoying. It just very much fed into like the stereotypes of like geeks and nerds, and then like girls who are into like fashion and all that kind of stuff, and boys. Like, they're two different things. Very much fed into the stereotypes of like you can be into one or the other, but you can't be into both. I don't know. I just didn't really care for it. I didn't care about the storyline or how it was unfolding. I won't be finishing that, which is not something I expected. Like, even while I was reading Emma, which I ended up giving 3 out of 5 stars, I still didn't DNF it because there was still something like keeping me along, and they're like so fast to read. Like, I've never in my life DNF'd a graphic novel. That's what I thought like manga would also be, is like me not DNFing it because it took me such a short period of time to read. But that's not the case apparently. On the agenda for tomorrow, and I'm hoping I'm able to finish them, is Erased Volume 1, Dream and Sun, and what is this one called? Yotsuba Volume 1. That's it for day 2. I had an overall other good day. It's really always nice for me to like get out and be able to socialize and be around people who are just nice to me and I enjoy their company. And you know, I don't get to do that a lot, like hardly ever. I'm gonna go lay down, watch TikTok till I can fall asleep, because that's what I love doing nowadays. I shall check in the morning and let you know how things are going. Good night. That's all. Good morning and welcome to Sunday morning. It's currently like 10:15. We're on the last day of our little manga reading weekend. My glasses are really dirty. I've already finished my first manga of the morning, but first I wanted to talk about the genres within manga. I think that's important to talk about because I never really knew before. So this is like a learning experience for me. So according to Wikipedia, these are the different types of manga. The first one is yoji, which is I guess manga for like toddlers. It's like ages 1 through 4. The next one is kodomo, which is manga that appeals to many small children. Don't know exactly what ages that encompasses, but I guess just children in general. The next one, which I have heard before, which is shonen, which it describes it as a boy is usually the main character in these types of manga. The storyline is mostly about adventure fighting. There's shoujo manga, which I did know about, which is manga that features human emotions and relationships, mostly for girls aged 13 through 17, which would definitely be probably most of what I'm reading would be considered shoujo manga, I'm pretty sure. There are a couple others that like, one appeals to college-aged young men, very interesting. Then there's one that manga that might appeal to men more than women. Then vice versa, one that might appeal to women more than men. Those are the different genres according to Wikipedia. Could be totally wrong, but that's where my research is coming from. So I finished a manga this morning, and I finished Dream and Sun Volume 1. Okay, so everybody loves this. Everybody loves this manga, and I understand why people love it, but I'm not gonna give it 5 stars. As much as I enjoyed it, it was an enjoyable experience just from the pure unrealistic aspect of this entire storyline. I'm gonna have to give it 3 stars. Was it enjoyable? Yes. Will I continue reading it? Of course. Would I recommend it if you're miserable and just want something that will probably bring you joy? Yes. It's highly entertaining. It's cute. It's just fun and it's great, you know? But it's the most unrealistic manga that I've read so far this weekend, and definitely obviously overall. Literally a teenager moving in with 3 guys, one of them being over 20 years old. He's like 21. So there is like a part that like was interesting that like at the end added like a little okay, his age makes a little bit more sense, I guess, but it's still a very odd dynamic, not something that would ever fly in the real world. Definitely not a good example, and I really honestly wished that this had ended differently, because I think that it still could have continued, but like not in the way that it did. So yeah, 3 stars, because pure enjoyment, pure fun, and I will continue with the series. But if you're looking for something that is realistic, if you're a person who cannot put aside your practical nature, then don't read this, because you'll hate it. That's my opinion on that, which is so interesting because it's such a shift from the other collection, which is Orange. Like, I feel like these 2 series are so different. Like, they are so dramatically different. Orange had so much more like depth and dealt so much more in reality, whereas this one deals with nothing in reality whatsoever. Now, as for what I'm gonna read next, I purposely planned it this way. Have Yotsuba and Erased left. I'm gonna read Erased next because this is big, and I knew I wanted like light and fluffy and then like more serious and then like light and fluffy again. So that's what we're gonna do. I just realized, I don't know if I just didn't look this up when I put it on hold, but like this is definitely like a children's manga, which is gonna be cool. Really would like to try to film today. That's like a big thing I want to do. So I'm gonna try to read Erased and then bathe, do all that fun stuff. Somehow my hair doesn't look awful. Like normally when like I wake up the next morning, my hair is so oily. I look like I bathed in grease. Will let you know my thoughts, feelings, all that fun stuff, and I'll talk to you. Good afternoon. It's now like 1 o'clock-ish. I am like exactly halfway through Erased. Really loving it so far. It's really good. It's definitely different from all the other manga I've read so far, and my goal is to either get like 75% through or maybe even finish it, film a couple videos. That's why I kind of look semi-presentable. I would like to film a couple videos so that way I have videos for like the rest of the month, and yeah, that's it. So if I ever look like I'm in a weird angle on my bed, it's because I have an adjustable bed. So that's why. Sorry you can hear the fan in the background, but it is what it is. I might do a little bit of montage type of footage and read more of this and let you know my thoughts. So I finished my manga. I filmed my TBR video that will be going up this week. So I accomplished things. I finished Erased Volume 1 and holy crap. Oh my god. 5 out of 5 stars, but 5 out of 5 stars for completely different reasons. So, okay, whereas the other ones were like totally lighthearted and just about relationships and stuff, this is so plot intensive. This focuses so much on the story and what the character is trying to accomplish. It's so interesting. In case you're watching this and you're thinking, oh wow, I want to pick that up, trigger warnings for child abuse, pretty graphic at one point, Just FYI, that's definitely a heavy theme throughout the second half, like last quarter of the book. It focuses on this 29-year-old man who has this thing that he calls the revival, where normally he just gets sent back in time like a few minutes, and he keeps being sent back in time multiple times until he basically fixes the problem. Whatever it is, someone gets hurt, or someone could potentially get hurt, he gets sent back in time, and then he then goes and tries to fix it. And then he gets sent back all the way to when he was like 10 years old, like 18 years in the past. Gets sent back to a time when there was like a serial killer in his town and his fellow classmates were being murdered. It's very intense, obviously, just by that storyline. But the plot and so far, like everything that's happened is so interesting, and I'm so interested to see like the whodunit and what ends up happening. And it's definitely a case of he wants to go back and try to fix the past and maybe prevent these things from happening. I don't know what genre of manga this would be, because it's definitely not like the shoujo manga that is. Maybe this is like shonen, maybe, but it's not like action adventure. But it does feature like the perspective of an older male, because he gets sent back to like when he's this age, like 10, 11. So he's technically in this body, but he like has the mind of his 20-year-old self. So it's like this whole thing. But I don't know what this would even be called, but wow, this was phenomenal. I'm so excited to read the rest of this series. It's so captivating. The last one that I have to read is this one. Definitely excited that I left this for last, because I definitely feel like it's gonna be the little pick-me-up that I need. That's all I got for right now. Next time you see me, I will have hopefully finished this. It is now the evening. It's close to, I think, 5 o'clock. And a couple hours ago I finished Yotsuba. Probably gonna end up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. This is really adorable. This reminded me a lot of Chi's Sweet Home in the sense of just really adorable, ridiculous, childlike circumstances happening. The ending was very, very sweet. I really loved the explanation at the end. I'm knocking off a star because I don't really like how female characters are looked at. It's really kind of gross. Like these young children, girls slash children slash women are like being judged by like grown men based on their looks, and I'm just like, can we not? That aspect I wasn't crazy about. On the one hand, the male characters in this were really funny and their humor was really great and like really kind of sarcastic, and I liked it. But on the other hand, I wasn't crazy about the rest of their characters and how they look at girls and women. So that's why I knocked it down a star. Still really enjoyed it. I'll still continue with the series. And it was just a lot of fun. It was really cute. It reminded me a lot of Chi's Sweet Home. It's that lighthearted, fun, ridiculous adventures that, you know, kids get into. That was my last book. I'm now going to like wrap up this video, discuss it in depth, and my thoughts and what I realized and all that stuff. So, these were all of the manga that I ended up completing. Ended up DNFing Princess Jellyfish. It was a really successful weekend. What are some things I learned, shall you ask? That manga, even within a genre of manga, can range a lot. You can still feel like you're not connecting with a story, that you're irritated by its characters, that you just don't like the storyline overall. I read a very, I think, range of manga, even though it might technically be within the same genres. Like, I think these are all shoujo manga. I don't know what this is. This says like all ages, so I don't know what that means, if that's a different genre or whatever. And then I don't know what Erased would be. It might be shonen because it has a main male character. I don't know, but I really feel like I have a range because I had so many different thoughts. These are all what I would consider within the same type of manga, but this one I didn't like at all and I got really frustrated with and DNF'd, which I never thought would happen. Emma I liked and was enjoyable, but I wouldn't continue on with the series, I don't think. I'm just not interested enough in it, but I feel like it would be really great for people who want to like dip their toe into manga. I feel like this is really easy to read and understand. It's not really low rated, just not something I'm gonna pursue the whole storyline of. Then you have my favorite of the day, which is Horimiya. I really love this. I love the characters. I thought they were so lovely, and the storyline is really good. The way that these characters come together isn't outlandish and weird and unrealistic. I thought it was a really sweet storyline. I'm excited to read more from it. Similar experience, enjoyment-wise, was Dream & Sun. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was adorable. I thought it was hilarious. None of the characters really irritated me. I did actually really like all of the characters, but the plot is so unrealistic and just kind of weird and awkward, and that's why I would give it a 3 out of 5 stars, is because it's too not plausible. But that being said, I would continue with it because it's so much fun and it's cute. I don't know if I'll feel that way about the whole series, but as of right now, that's kind of how I feel because I still like the characters and the relationships, whereas with Emma, I was just kind of so-so. Then you have Yotsuba, which I just thought was adorable and hilarious, and just about this little girl and her wild adventures with dealing with her dad and dealing with her neighbors. It's a really cute dynamic that I've never really seen in anything before, which is that it's like a single dad. I really like the really cute relationship that's in this between Yotsuba and her dad. I think it's really, really adorable and just like warms my heart. And this is definitely going to be one of those that I read whenever I need to pick me up, because they're just, it's like Cheese Sweet Home, where I feel like I'm always going to look back and be like, aw, this is so cute. You have the final one, which is Erased, which is so totally different from all the others, but so good. And another favorite that I read. This has a very intense plotline, very intense themes. Character development is definitely really fleshed out, much deeper of a manga. There's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot more storyline overall and really a lot of character development, which is cool and different from everything else I had read. I loved it just as much and I can't wait to read more from it. And at the end I was just like, wait, what? This one had me on the edge of my seat, just this angle. See, you're gonna get a better angle for when I finish this video. Anyway, so that's what I learned during my big manga reading weekend extravaganza. I learned that just like any other format of reading, you're gonna have things you like and you dislike. I guess that's what I learned, because I wasn't sure. Because it's not the same as like graphic novels where like the art style can range so much and like so much goes into reading graphic novels. Like you could not like the, like you could really not like the art style, or you could not like the storyline or the characters or whatever. Manga tends to greatly resemble each other a lot more than graphic novels do, so it's slightly different. It's kind of along the lines of any reading, I would say. There's gonna be some that I don't like to the point where I DNF it, or I might find some new favorites and series that I'm gonna continue with and I'm excited to continue with and just really made me happy, and to discover new characters and new stories that I really love. So yeah, I guess that's what I learned. Just realized though that I literally just added 5 more series to read to my TBR. That's great. Love that for me. Love that I did that to myself. As I was just getting all of my series under control, my brain was like, wait, let's sabotage this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it doesn't tank. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed really throwing myself into a type of novel or reading material, whatever you want to call it. I really enjoyed doing that. I've never done anything like this before. I've never dedicated a whole length of time to reading a specific kind of material, and that was really, really fun, and I could definitely see myself doing it in the future. It was really, really fun. I really loved it. Oh god, I'm like so happy with how this whole thing went. Let me know what you thought of this video down below. Let me know if you are a heavy manga reader or if you're not and you're like me and you're kind of like scared. Maybe it will inspire you to be a little less scared because it's not that big of a deal. Let me know if you have any manga recommendations. I'd love to have some, maybe especially some shonen ones. I'd love to try that genre of manga. And that's all I got for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!